Respect is a fascinating thing. It is not something you demand, it is earned. Today I'm going to be sharing some simple habits that one can adopt to garner respect. They are not tricks and they are not manipulations, they are just about genuine connection. The first habit that can allow us to garner respect is gratitude. Always be a person of gratitude. When people or when someone does something to you, please remember to give thanks. Remember to be grateful, appreciate their efforts, no matter how small. Always say thank you. When people have done something great in your life or even small, be appreciative of their efforts. Do not diminish what they have done. Do not devalue their effort or look down on their effort and think they have not really done so much for you to be grateful for. Say thank you. Instead of saying thanks, say thank you. It doesn't take anything out of your life for you to be grateful to people. The second habit is mindful listening. Mindful listening is one of the most significant habits that can immediately garner respect. In our fast paced society, being heard or understood is rare. Most times we are often so busy formulating our responses that we forget to listen to what other people are saying. But here is the secret. Practicing mindful listening creates a space for the other person to express themselves without judgment or interruption. When we are having a conversation with people, it is advisable that we are mindful of what they are saying, that we are present in that moment, that we try as much as we can to keep our phones if possible, to listen to what they are saying before and then understand what they are saying before we respond. Just be present at that moment. And when we do that, it allows the other person to feel valued and that fosters mutual respect. So the act of giving people your undivided attention does not only make the other person feel valued or understood, but it also allow them to know that we value the relationship between us, and it builds mutual respect. So next time when you're having a conversation with somebody, instead of being busy on your phone, please look up and talk to people. It's not just about nodding, but it's about making sure that you understand what they are saying instead of being busy thinking about random stuff or formulating our rebuttal. It is important that we understand the conversation first and then we can respond thoughtfully. So, the third habit that one can adopt is empathy. Another small habit that one can adopt that will make a difference and transform a relationship is empathy. When we observe or when we adopt empathy in our relationships, it actually allows us to put ourselves in another person's shoes. It allows us to to put aside our biases and our judgments to understand another person's feeling, to understand what the other person is really going through, to be able to be mindful of what they are going through and also empathize with them. So the act of practicing empathy is about being kind to another person when you're having a conversation with them. This act of practicing empathy shows that we value other people's feelings and their experiences, and it also challenges us to step out of our comfort zone and connect with people on a deeper level. When we do this, we extend our understanding to other people, and people start respecting us. And empathy is not just about relating to other people, it's about showing that we care. So the fourth attitude or the fourth habit that we can embrace to garner respect is embracing humility. Humility is actually a powerful trait or a habit that most times people overlook it in our society, where self-promotion and ego-driven behavior is expected or even allowed. But embracing humility is one of the smallest habits that can make people respect us. Humility is not about downplaying your achievement or our achievements or being self deprecating or looking down on ourselves. It is about being grounded in reality, acknowledging our flaws, and being open to growth and learning. When we practice humility, we show other people that we don't think we are better than them or we are more important than them, even when we think or we feel we are. But we allow the atmosphere of mutual respect and equality. When we find ourselves in a situation where we are tempted to brag about our achievements or our knowledge, it is advisable that we step back. Step back and embrace humility instead. And you will be surprised at how much respect it will earn you. And apart from that, when you are humble, when you embrace humility in your relationship with people, you'll be able to learn. The plan is to become a lifelong learner. We are supposed to learn, relearn, and unlearn every day. There is something to learn from everybody. There is something to learn from every situation. Life has so much to offer, but if we are not humble, we won't be able to learn. We won't be able to achieve anything because we are not humble. So there's a need for us to embrace humility every day in our lives. There's a need for us to embrace humility in our relationships. So the fifth one is being reliable. Reliability is a cornerstone of relationship. When you say you will do something, please follow through. Consistently showing up and delivering is a powerful way to earn respect. I find this quote by Benjamin Franklin particularly fitting. He said, well done is better than well said. This is a powerful reminder that our actions speak louder than our words. But how can we make reliability practical? Start small. If you commit to doing something, make sure you do it. Whether it is showing up on time for a meeting, or meeting a deadline, or completing a task, or fulfilling a personal promise to maybe your family members or to your friends, try your best and fulfill that promise. But if for any reason, maybe in the case of things going on in your life, or maybe something happens that you won't be able to fulfill that promise, let the other person know. Give them the notice ahead of time that you wouldn't be able to come through for them instead of keeping them waiting. Just be true to yourself, respect yourself enough to let other people know that things are going on, something is going on that you won't be able to fulfill your promise. And when you do that, it actually allow people to know that it gives the people the impression that you respect yourself and you respect your relationship with them. It might actually seem insignificant at first, but these small habits or acts of reliability add up. They paint a picture of you as a person who can be trusted and that you respect other people's time and commitment, and it shows that you do not have trust issues or commitment issues. Making reliability a habit makes you become a person of reputation, because our reputation precedes our action. So your reputation and other people's respect will thank you when you become a person of reliability or person who is reliable. So the last habit that one can adopt is living your values. One of the most profound way of gaining respect or garnering respect is to understand and live by our core values. This habit is about authenticity and being true to ourselves. The habit of being authenticity will actually make us make people understand that we have integrity. People will respect you when you stick to your values in the face of compromising situations. When you stick to your values, it shows that you actually understand your relationship with other people, and apart from that, it shows that you are not the kind of person that will easily succumb to pressures. It is not only children that actually go through peer pressure, even adults go through peer pressure. And people who succumb to peer pressure are people who do not live by their core values. When you live by your core values, you won't succumb to any kind of addiction or even distraction. When you live by your core values, you won't settle for less. You won't settle for anybody, just anybody, or you won't settle for any kind of situation. When you live by your core values, there are places that you will never go, no matter what, or no matter how much people will pay you, you will never find yourself there. There are things you won't watch because you are living by your core values. There are some kind of food that you won't even eat because you are living by your values, and not because those food have any problem in themselves, but because you are living by your core values and they are not beneficial to you. As much as we can to live by our core values, and not just only that, because each and every one of us would love to be respected. So there is a need for us to adopt those principles or those habits so that we'll be able to be respected, and it will show that we also respect ourselves. Thank you so much for taking out time to listen to this